Shabbat Shalom. I want to dedicate my Dvar Torah today to the memory of my uncle, William Savitz, who passed away last night. My uncle lived a difficult life. He was, for his entire life, mentally challenged, and he grew up in a time where there weren't many services to help him. He grew up in a time where he was often reminded of what he was not, instead of supported and encouraged for what he actually was. Moses, in this week's Torah portion, Va'era, on some level makes the same mistake. God has chosen Moses. He is clearly divinely connected, and yet Moses doesn't believe in himself. Picture this. God believes in Moses directly, and Moses can't believe in himself. Moses is concerned about his journey because he has a speech impediment. Moses, for all intents and purposes, is the first figure in our tradition who deals with some sort of disability. Moses' disability, his speech impediment, weighs on his mind enough to the point where he, not once, but twice says to God, they're not going to listen to me. Pharaoh's not going to listen to me. The people didn't listen to me. I have a speech impediment. How could they possibly take me seriously? God tells him, I'll send Aaron with you. And somehow that makes Moses feel a little better, but I imagine in my mind's eye that it didn't make him feel that much better. But ultimately we know the end of this story. We know that Moses figures out a way to rise above his impediment, his disability, to lead the people out of bondage and to arguably become the greatest leader that our people have seen. And so perhaps there's a bigger lesson that we often miss in this week's Torah portion, which is God teaching us that disabilities are just things that we can overcome. They're just things that when surrounded by the right people, when surrounded by a community that supports you, that celebrates you for what you are and doesn't make you feel less than for what you are not, that you can overcome these disabilities, because it began with Moses, our great leader, doing that very same thing. I only hope that many of us can hear this lesson before it's too late, before there are people who grow up and live in a world where they face some of these very same difficulties. Shabbat Shalom.